Good afternoon, dear students. Today we are going to learn modal verbs. What are modal verbs? They are auxiliary verbs that provide additional and specific meaning to the main verb of the sentence. They are can, could, may, might, must, shall, should, will, and would. How do we use modals? We use modal verbs after the subject and before the verb. For example, Mary could play the piano. How do we form modal verbs? There is no S in singular. There is no do or does in the question. There is no don't or doesn't in the negative. For example, he can ski, but not he can ski or he can skis. Would you like to come with me? Not do you would like to come with me. They can't be serious, not they don't can be serious. Modal verbs don't have infinitives or ing forms. Modal verbs are followed by an infinitive without to. For example, she must study. We should have gone the other way. He could play football in his youth. General ability. Modal verbs occurs before the main verb. Modal verbs, the form is the same for all persons. Add not to the negative. Start the question with the modal. No infinitive. What do they express? Modal verb will express the future. For example, Joy will travel to New York next week. Modal verb might express small probability. For example, I might move to Canada someday. Modal verb should express advice. For example, you should go to the doctor. Modal verb must express strong obligation or suggestion. For example, everyone must pay taxes. Modal verb shall express educated expression or offer. For example, shall I clean it? Modal verb would express past used to or present and real. For example, when I was young, I would play soccer, or I would buy the car, but I can't afford it. Modal verb could express unreal ability and past ability. For example, I could go if I had time. She could play the piano, not anymore. Modal verb can express present ability and permission. For example, we can speak English. Can I have a sweet? What do they express? Ability, can, could. Permission, can, could. Obligation and advice, must, shall, and should. Offers, shall and would. Possibility, might, could, and must. Let's do some practice. Children, stay away from fire. You have to choose one answer. Children must stay away from fire. You talk during tests, it's forbidden. Choose one answer. A, don't have to. B, mustn't. C, couldn't. And D, might. You mustn't talk during tests. It's forbidden. They hear him because he was whispering. A. Wouldn't. B. Mustn't. C. Shouldn't. D. Couldn't. They couldn't hear him because he was whispering. Number 4. You like to have dinner with me tonight? A. Could. B. May. C. Should. D. Would. Would you like to have dinner with me tonight? Number 5. You let him hear about the party tomorrow. It's a surprise. Answer A. Mustn't. B. Wouldn't. C. Couldn't. D. Can. You mustn't let him hear about the party tomorrow. It's a surprise. Number 6. I think your leg is broken. You go to the emergency room. Might go, could go, must go, or can go. The right answer is must. You must go to the emergency room. Do more practice at home. You have to rewrite the following sentences using modals so that they have the same meaning. Number 1. I suggest that you sleep early. Number 2. Eating is forbidden in class. And number 3. Look at sky, it's cloudy. The next task, use your imagination. Think about these situations and create a sentence using modals. Situation number 1. We are going to Paris for a weekend. Make suggestions about things to do. Number 2 situation. We start exams in January. Talk about necessity. The third situation. Your friend has got a headache. Give him some advice. Situation number 4. You want to borrow your elder brother's laptop. Ask for permission politely. Goodbye. Thank you for your attention.